So there's been an update on the whole iDubbbz versus Froggy Fresh situation, and I gotta say guys, it is not looking good for iDubbbz. So let's get right into the story. So if you weren't aware of the drama that's been happening with iDubbbz, over the last couple months he's been having this big feud with this one YouTuber called Froggy Fresh. Pretty much what was happening is iDubbbz hosts this event called the Creator Clash. That's pretty much a boxing event between YouTubers and influencers, and all the money is raised to go to charity, and so it's a pretty good thing. However, Froggy Fresh, one of the YouTubers that was part of the boxing event, actually got kicked out of the event because he met up with some guy that iDubbbz doesn't like, and that's pretty much the gist out of it. And there was a whole big problem with this. I mean, people are even, you know what, Froggy Fresh was a really popular part of this event, and so when they kicked him out, there was a lot of people that were really upset with iDubbbz. I mean, they really liked this guy. There was even some creators and big YouTubers that were saying, you know, if you let this guy back into the event, we're gonna donate a couple $100,000 towards your charitable event, and they still declined to do this. And it was a big part of the Creator Clash drama that was going on. So now that after the event has already went through, it happened about a month ago, iDubbbz has finally made a response to the Froggy Fresh drama, and he's getting pretty much ratioed. Only 18% of the people watching this video right now are actually subscribed to the channel. Don't be part of the 81%. Subscribe to the channel, you have nothing to lose. I mean, if you look at the like to dislike counter on YouTube, it's about split, you know, maybe like 50-50, but on YouTube that's really bad. I mean, people are just not agreeing with iDubbbz, and honestly I don't blame them. Now obviously iDubbbz makes a lot of points in this video, and this video would be really long if I went through all of them, so I think we're gonna go over the two main points that iDubbbz brings up in his defense for bringing out Froggy Fresh, and I gotta say they're both incredibly weak. Just wait till you hear what he has to say. So his first argument was that Froggy Fresh went and trained with this influencer guy called Sam Hyde. Now, if you don't know who Sam Hyde is, he's like this quote-unquote controversial, you know, kind of like a Leafy figure, you know, Leafy is here, that kind of guy. He's a little more controversial and edgy, I suppose, and he's done some things that a lot of people dislike. You know, I'm not here to defend Sam Hyde, whether you like him or dislike him. I don't really care. However, the fact of the matter was, that wasn't part of the decision to kick Froggy Fresh out. It wasn't that Sam Hyde was edgy or controversial. It's that Sam Hyde messed with iDubbbz. So a while back, iDubbbz went to Sam Hyde, and they pretty much filmed like a mockumentary. You know, they were trying to screw over Sam Hyde for his mistakes in the past, apparently. That's my getting out of it. And when that happened, Sam Hyde pretty much embarrassed iDubbbz, because instead of going over all of Sam Hyde's problems in the past, they actually flipped the script and went over all of iDubbbz's bad mistakes in the past. And so it pretty much embarrassed iDubbbz, and ever since then, they've had a bit of a problem back and forth. And so Froggy Fresh went for like a weekend to train with this guy, you know, for this boxing event, and that was enough to get him kicked out of the event completely. And that's one of the big reasons that happened, apparently. And so this whole drama is, you know what, they posted a bunch of text messages between iDubbbz and Froggy Fresh. It doesn't really make iDubbbz or Froggy Fresh look good at all. I mean, Froggy Fresh was being a little rude, and iDubbbz was also dodging the question. You know what Froggy Fresh was pretty much asking, you know, hey, if I go and train with this Sam Hyde guy that you don't like, am I going to be kicked out of the event? And iDubbbz was being a real wimp about it. He wouldn't just admit that, hey, yeah, I'm gonna kick you out for it. He had to dance around the question, and it made him look really weak. And honestly, I think everyone would have appreciated it if he just came out and said, you know what, I have my problems with Sam Hyde. I don't want you being you know, I don't want you training for the fight with him. I don't want Sam Hyde anywhere around this, you know, charitable event, his name attached to any of it, you know, for multiple reasons. And I don't want you working with him. I think a lot more people would appreciate if iDubbbz just came out and said that, but no, he danced around the question and pretty much eluded that Froggy Fresh would be kicked out. And I kind of sympathize with Froggy Fresh, because, you know what, here on my platform, I'm not going to let somebody tell me who I can and cannot work with. You know what, regardless if they like him or not. And that was one of the main reasons that Froggy Fresh got kicked out of the event. And iDubbbz just tries to, you know, justify it. I don't know. I don't think it really really works for him, and I think a lot of people agree that iDubbbz flopped on this part of kicking Froggy Fresh out. And now the very next part, where he says it's a bit minor problem, but Froggy Fresh pretty much posted a video where he was, you know, trash talking before the event, and he mentioned iDubbbz's girlfriend's OnlyFans.
On April 15th, if I don't hurt you beyond what anybody could have imagined, I will be so disappointed in myself that I will subscribe to Elisa's OnlyFans.
Now, like I said in my initial video, I watched this entire clip and I didn't see anything offensive. I guess iDubbbz pretty much said in his video that he was like alluding to the fact that he doesn't respect, you know, sex workers or whatever. I don't know if that's censored on YouTube or not, so I'll be careful. But like people who do OnlyFans, you know, he doesn't respect them. And he went as far to say like they don't, you know what, Froggy Fresh or Sam Hyde, one of the two, treats women as like property or something. It's just like iDubbbz went, you know, he went off on a spiral that just made pretty much no sense. I mean, a lot of people make fun of OnlyFans. It's not completely accepted in today's society anymore, and I mean, this is pretty normal behavior, and iDubbbz says this is a small part of why Froggy Fresh was kicked out of the event. However, I gotta say, when he goes on his entire like 26-minute tirade on this whole subject, I feel like it's a bigger part of the problem. And you know what, people keep saying that iDubbbz has changed because of his girlfriend, and I gotta say, I think it's a 50-50. I do think she has some responsibility of it, because you know he's definitely changed his views on a lot of opinions, but I think iDubbbz is just, you know what, he's completely responsible for the changes he's making himself. You know what, you can say it's his girlfriend all you want, and yes, I do think that's part of it. However, it's completely up to him what he believes, and he's choosing to believe, you know, pretty much garbage. And it's really unfortunate to see that. I mean, if we're going to be completely honest, I think iDubbbz has had one of the biggest falling off ever. I remember he went on like a podcast like a month or two ago where he pretty much disavowed all of his viewers, you know, saying they were like losers and racist. And it's like, how can you say this after making the content for these people? You know what I mean? Like, he used to make like racist content specifically targeted, you know, to these kind of people, and now he's disavowing him, you know, after he's made all this money and stuff. It makes him look really spineless, I gotta say. Like, don't get me wrong, I don't think he should be like, oh yeah, I'm really proud of my old racist content or anything, but like disavowing the fans that you made out of this kind of content, I think is really spineless, and I hate to see it. I mean, it makes him look bad, and I completely understand why people, you know, think it's his girlfriend that's making him act this way, because that's only really, you know what, it's okay if he changed his mind, but the only difference he was from like a couple years ago is that he got this girlfriend that does OnlyFans, and now he's completely flip-flopped on pretty much everything he said in the past. And so I can understand why people are upset about this. But yeah, those were the two main reasons he used to justify kicking Froggy Fresh out of the thing. But keep in mind that him kicking out Froggy Fresh and not letting Froggy Fresh back into the event literally cost charities, you know, quote unquote, hundreds of thousands of dollars. Now, you know what, there were people saying that money could have been, you know, just the creators that were saying it, you know, it was a lie, and that's very possible. You know, they could have flip-flopped if they let him back in, but I mean, it's very possible that, you know, some of these big creators that promised hundreds of thousands of dollars to let Froggy Fresh back in would have 100% gone through with the donation to charity. And honestly, I kind of wish they did anyways. But yeah, it's really unfortunate to see. I definitely don't think iDubbbz was justified in kicking Froggy Fresh out, and I think you know what, he said he waited a month after the event, so this whole Froggy Fresh drama wouldn't be part of the creator clash. But because he made such a big deal out of pretty much nothing, this drama will forever be part of the creator clash, and it'll always cloud a negative shadow over this, you know, nice charity event, which it really didn't have to. And you know what, as much as I don't really care for the boxing scene, especially like YouTuber stuff, I definitely think a charity event with big creators, I think, is an interesting idea, and I do hope that this this doesn't ruin the future events. But you know what, I don't think iDubbbz is in the right, but it's still a 50-50. You guys can let me know in the comments. Do you think iDubbbz was justified in kicking Froggy Fresh out? But these are just my thoughts. You can let me know your thoughts down in the comments. The other week we made a video about how Aiden Ross has been completely destroying his reputation because he started falsely copyright claiming this one guy, and he actually stole thousands of dollars from him. This is a video you're not going to want to miss. Click here to watch it now.